Hello, welcome to my home, and my name is Lisa. This is my channel about stitching. Hope everybody's having a great Christmas season. It's almost here. um, I've been getting a little bit of stitching done. It's been like 17 days, I think, and since the last video, and so I started off pretty good the week after the video, but then I have been doing a different job at work and working some different hours than I'm used to. I usually go in at 11 o'clock and work till 8, and this job is working in the back kitchen, and so I've been going in at 7 and working till about 4 or so. So anyway, by the time I get home, I have to do a little bit of like the house stuff, every day, cleaning and dishes and cooking, and so then by the time I get to stitching, it's really late, and I feel like I have to go to bed in order to be able to get up at 5:30. So anyhow, but there has been a little bit of progress. I did have a day in my sewing room. And I got a few finishes done, so I thought I'd share those with you. I have a new start, and I have a little bit of haul and some gifts, and then I had some thrift store things that I thought I'd share with you. So anyway, so I hope you can just sit back and enjoy. I don't know if this will air tonight, Friday night, or if it will air Saturday morning is when most people will probably see it. So I'll be at work making mounds and mounds of food. I don't understand how we go through so much food where I work. It is just incredible the amount of volume that goes out the door. But I guess that's a good thing because we all have jobs, right? Have to keep Hartville fed. So okay. So I guess normally in my routine of my routine of things, I usually start with finishes. So I have a couple of those. So I thought I'd share with you. These are intended for my sampler wall in my bedroom. So I had shown this before, but I had talked about how I thought it would look cute with a little spool and a strawberry and whatnot, and so I was able to get that done. So, but it's kind of hard to see through the glass. I just have it mounted on foam core so I can take things out to share with you. But I made a little velvet strawberry, and I just put a little bit of wool for the top. I don't know if that helped or made it worse. And then I thought, well, it needs like some little fuzzies or something up there. So I just did a couple loops with my DMC floss. But anyway, I thought it turned out kind of cute. So I got a little strawberry, and then everything started falling over. So I decided I took some double-sided tape and kind of made a couple loops and put it underneath the spool. And this spool didn't have any thread on it, so I just wound some DMC on there. And then I took a few buttons. There was a green, a cream, and a red one. And I just put it on one of those little bulb pins, and then I just put the one part of the I just put the one part down inside the spool. So that's the one. Oh, I'm on this side of the glass. What a ding dong. So anyway, I had planned on using my mom's thimble in there, but it just seemed almost too busy. So I think I will just kind of keep it on the simple side and just leave it like that. But so anyway, so I did get a little bit closer to that finish. We're gonna have that red sampler wall here pretty soon. Okay, and so then I did do, look how bad it looks on the back. I'm not finished with it yet. I did a little bit more with my other little finish that I had talked about. So I did get the bow hooked on there and I glued on the A. So I talked about that before. And so then I decided this needed a little bit of something. So I ended up, I took my stitching and I laid it on top of this red check. And then I just, with the stitching side of the fabric, the back side of it facing up, I just ran my needle down one row, you know, of the little squares so that I could kind of get it evened up pretty good. And so then I just started to pin it. I put some batting behind it. And then, but before I did that, I just did some real big X's in the stitching. So anyway, overall, I'm kind of excited about how, you know, the direction that this is going. The only problem is when I was doing this, I don't even know what I was thinking. I laid this down on top of the foam core. I drew where the, you know, drew the outside of whatever. I think I drew the inside anyway, and then I just cut it a little bit shy, you know, so that there'd be room for some batting and whatnot. And but when I did that, and maybe you can't really see it tonight because it's kind of dark in here, but during the day you could see light behind there. So I'm not sure. I have to try to see that if I put a piece of cardstock behind here, if that will deter you from seeing that edge, or if I'm gonna have to, you know, put some kind of trim in there. So anyway, so it's not in there finished yet. I still have to see. You can kind of see there. See how there, you can see daylight behind there. So I thought, well, if I put dark paper, you won't see the cream colored wall, and so maybe it wouldn't show up. We'll see. And I still have to paint this thing black before I can use it. So, but anyway, we're making progress, but I think it's looking kind of cute. But the more, wow, I thought I dropped it. Anyway, but the more I got to thinking about it, I think it will be too busy if I make the drum to go in there also. I thought about maybe putting it up on the top, but I thought, so we're going to hold off on the drum until I see what else is going on the wall. But anyway, it was fun working a little bit on that. And then I forget, I had to, oh, I remember. So Larry had called and he said that he had to go down to Millersburg and wondered if I wanted to go. So he said, there's a thrift store down there. So I dropped everything and we left and headed down that way. And so it was fun. The thrift stores weren't that great down there. Nothing like the one that I have. And it's funny, I have thought so many times to take you guys with me and videotape when I go in there, but my phone has been so full and I don't have enough storage to really mess around with. And so I thought, well, I'll just have to put it off. And so the other day I took my computer to the computer place where I bought it, and I had to get some other stuff done. And so they downloaded all my stuff in my laptop onto the external hard drive. And then, so that would free up my phone. And so it was funny. Then the night when I came home from there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to clear out all my old videos from this channel, and that'll free up a ton of space. Okay. And so I go in the sewing room here and I get ready to do it. And I realize I left the cable that I needed to connect my phone to my laptop. I left that at the computer place. So anyway, so that didn't get done. Um, but anyway, and then I thought another day I was going to go down there, and I thought, oh, it's like a 40-minute drive there and a 40-minute drive back for a little cheap cord. So I went to the discount store, like the grocery store that has like some discounted stuff. Anyway, for $4.99 I found another one. So I'm like, hello. So I did it the other night. I did it, oh, was it Wednesday night? I think I did it. So I've cleared out my phone, and I have tons of room now, so I can just blab on forever. So anyhow, so I've freed that up. So who knows, maybe next time I go to the thrift store, I'll take you guys with me. I always get so self-conscious, so I don't think I'll talk too much during it. I might just figure out a way to set it up on my phone up on my buggy, you know, so not many people would know that I'm filming. The only bad thing is I think you have to be careful not to film someone and put it on YouTube unless you get their permission. So I'd have to really be careful that I don't get any person's, face or whatever in there. It sounds like a headache, so I don't know. Maybe I won't do it. Anyhow, speaking of thrift stores, I went, well, no, we'll talk about that later. But while we were down in Millersburg, I went to a place called Miller's Dry Goods, and it's a fun little quilting store. And so I found a few things there. If I didn't find anything fun at the thrift store, I might as well find something fun at the quilting store, right? I only had like 30 minutes before they closed, so I had to stay focused, But they didn't have a ton of stuff there that a few things that I had gone in there for specifically, they didn't have. But I did find a charm pack. This is Fig Tree, Fresh Fig Favorites. And it has a lot of pretty colors in there. So I got the charm pack and then a mini charm pack. And then I did find, can't read this, it's so little. It is Crystal Lane by Bonnie Hill Designs, and it had a bunch of blues. So anyway, but a lot of them have, I think there's like snowman themes and things like that. So, and then I found a new pattern. This is Seasonal Patchwork, Fig Tree and Company. So anyway, so I got that because I'm really interested in making this Christmassy quilt. So I got that. And then last video I had talked about how Shannon and Loretta, and then I believe even Sarah was talking about maybe joining us in this quilt along, which I called a stitch along. Anyhow, but then after I got this pattern, we were reading some of the instructions, and it talks about how you should have like those little alphabetties, those little squares that have alphabets on them to keep all your piles of squares and pieces all separate, and so you know which one goes where. Well, you need the alphabetties through T. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of different pieces and parts. And anyway, so Shannon and I were both like, wow, this seems a little bit complicated for us. So while I was there, I had seen this one originally. It's a pattern basket quilt called Feathers. And so I kind of opened the package and looked a little bit, and it doesn't seem near as complicated as sparrows. And so I will try something with that. But I don't know. We'll see. This one seemed a lot easier. So this, I think, is the way we're going to head towards. We'll see. We haven't decided. And I think January 1st, I think January 1st was a little bit of a stretch. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a Super Bowl start or something. I don't know. No pressure. We'll get to it. We'll figure out what we're doing, so it'll be okay. Okay. I just stitched on 2 different things for that 1 week. I did quite a bit of stitching on Sunday, but other than that, I've just been trying to get caught up with coming home from work and trying to keep up on our laundry and whatnot. So I did the most work on Noel Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And so I had just started the house last time when I shared it. And so my goal Sunday was to finish the house. So I finished all the white around the bricks. And anyway, so I got the house done. It's all finished. And so then I started working on the trees on Monday night. But then that's the last that I have worked on it. So, but I feel like the house was like one of the biggest parts of it. So hopefully. And then on the 10th was my birthday, and so I wanted to have a birthday start. So I decided to work on Abby Rose Designs Yuletide on Thistle Hill. And I had this partially kitted, and I was planning on doing it for Mania this year, but I didn't get around to it. So anyway, I got to start. That linen looks like a totally different color where the fold is. Anyway, just the lighting, but so anyway, got a little bit going on there. I think there's just a couple more flower stems things to do there, and then it goes back up. It's not real big. So, but anyway, I got a little bit of a birthday start, so that was fun. Okay, so I did receive some fun things in the mail. I had got a Christmas card from Cindy C. Stitches, and she sent me some Classic Colorworks Jolly Holly. So thanks, Cindy. That was very sweet of you to think of me. I feel bad. I had plans of sending out cards. I had a few gifts that I was planning on making. And I knew what would happen. It's just, it seems like as soon as the middle of November hits and you start decorating, and then it's like everything goes in warp speed and you can't catch up. So then I also got another card from Brenda Holzman. And so she had sent me something for my sampler jar. So she had stitched this little tiny bird that I think, what did she say? It was over 1 on 30 count. Anyway, it's super, super tiny. So pretty. So thanks, Brenda. I thanked her on Instagram, but I have to make out my thank you card still. But anyway, it's so pretty. So I don't know what I don't have um, a sampler jar yet, but I might have to start one in blue for my dining room. That would be pretty. Yeah, friends are great. So I appreciate people who think to send things to me. I just appreciate it and know that I think about doing things a lot. I just run out of time, which is pathetic. I shouldn't do that, but anyway. Okay. What else do I have sitting out here to talk about? I think we might be getting close to the end. As far as in the thrift store, um, this last time when I went on, I don't know, was it Wednesday maybe? I found a little baggie of older crochet thread, and it was just 50 cents, but it was pretty colors, so I got those. And then on last video, I kind of just touched on this a little bit, but then I was afraid I was going to run out of time, so I ended the video. But when I was there a couple weeks ago, there was just this bag that was, you could tell it had a lot of brown paper bags inside this plastic bag. Anyway, but I could only see out of just one little edge, I could see that they were wool strips, for rug hooking. And so anyway, I looked at the outside price tag and it was, I think 50 cents. It was either 25 or 50 cents. I mean, it was like nothing. And so I thought, well, I don't know what's in there, but for 50 cents, it's worth the adventure. So anyway, it is just a pile of such pretty wool, and there's different shades of all the colors. It's just so incredible. So I'm just so excited about it. I don't know, I'm not sure what I can do with it. I was thinking about making some type of a rug or whatever, but I'm not sure how much or how far this will go, because there's just, they have it like put together in bread ties with like, bread tie closures, and then they have numbers on it. So it must have been some kind of a kit, but there's a light and a medium and then a darker one and then a really dark. I mean, it's like, can you imagine? 50 cents. They had no idea what they had there. So now I just have to try to contemplate and see, what I can do with this amount. It has some yellows, which aren't near as crazy bright as what's showing up there. Anyway, there's a bunch more greens. So anyway, so that's going to be fun. I just have to decide, what I can do and what might be the best option for it is to do one of those, what's it called, a hit or miss. Anyway, it's just where you basically just do rows of color, and it's like a scrap quilt type of rug. So I don't know, that might be my best, because I have no idea where I could get more of this wool, if I run out or whatever and I need to finish a little area. So that would be a bummer. So I might just try a hit or miss type of thing. I've never hooked with anything this small. I don't even know what cut that would be, but little. So anyway, but I was so excited. I found it and it was like, oh wow, I just really found a treasure. And I don't think anybody else knew what a good deal that was. Anyhow, I think that's about I think that's about it. Like I said, there hasn't been a whole lot of stitching. Oh, I've just been making like huge amounts of food at work. So I still have to do it next week. And then I think I go back to my regularly scheduled programming. So that'll be good. I don't know when I will get back on here, whether it will be before Christmas. I doubt it. So I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with loved ones. I hope everyone stays safe and healthy. It's kind of scary how everything is starting to increase again, but it'll be okay. Yeah, I think that about does it. If anybody has done any live videos, and you're on Instagram, maybe chat with me a little bit on Instagram sometime. I would like to learn more about how to do some live videos. I think it would be fun to do maybe a live finishing night where we just all try to work on things. I don't know how to do a Zoom call either. I should look into some of these things, but me and technical stuff is just not very good fit. So anyhow, I hope you all have a great night. Hope you're all having a little bit of time to stitch. Once the craziness of the holiday ends, maybe we'll all be able to just take a deep breath and relax and stitch some more. And anyway, you have a great day and stitch all the things. Bye.